While Jill is knocked out, unconscious, what we do now is we pick up with Resident Evil 2, and we finally get to meet Claire, Chris's sister, whom, as mentioned previously, is very protective of. But we're actually going to start out with somebody who is mentioned only in a note back in the Outbreak files, Leon S. Kennedy, who is new to the Raccoon City Police Force. And for those of you who are just joining the channel or just joining this series, I'm covering all of the canon events and even some non-canon ones for fun from Resident Evil, but I'm doing it in chronological order, not publishing order, so consider this your spoiler warning. But there is a playlist in the pinned comments and description for those who want to start at the very beginning to catch up with the story. What we're going to do is we're going to see what transpired during the outbreak in Raccoon City through the eyes of Leon and Claire. Everything that you're about to witness occurs while Jill is out of commission, and yes, we do finally get to see the G-Virus in action, and brother, it is disgusting. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it any further. We begin inside of a truck where a man is eating this delicious burger, listening to the radio. A man is telling the radio host about the night that he was walking home from a bar and he encountered this woman who was staggering towards him. The truck driver listens more intently. The storyteller says that the woman gets closer and she appeared to have this rotting face as if she was walking dead. And to this, the hamburger-eating driver chuckles, saying, "Sounds like my wife," which, as a man who loves his wife, is a wild thing to say. But as the radio show goes on, the man talks about how these things, whom by now we know are T-virus infected people, will attack and eat other humans. But at this point, the reception begins to get cut out by static. The truck driver, in response, begins to fiddle with the controls, but he doesn't see this woman who's walking right out in front of him. So he slams into her, body stuck to the front of his truck, hair flying over the hood. He slams his brakes, she goes flying through the rain, landing on the pavement. He climbs out of his car, freaking the hell out, unsure of what to do. He's scared of the trouble he's in. She's dead. He turns around in shock, but that is when she rises behind him. We then shift over to a man, RPD folder on his passenger side, driving through the darkness. Pulls up to a gas station. Yes, gas is only $1. Stepping outside, the man takes a look around and starts pumping.
No one's around? That's weird.
Cop car lights are on, doors are open like something happened and they were in a hurry. The young man follows the blood trail into the store.
Hello? Anybody there? Something's not right.
The sounds of struggle can be heard from the back, so he jogs along and sees this injured man on the floor. Leon asks if he's all right.
You all right?
But the man, clasping his bloodied neck, exasperated breath, just points
Don't move.
to the back.
I'll be back for you.
And so Leon walks in and sees a singular light leading him closer to the altercation.
Stop moving.
Officer, you need help?
Stay back, sir. I got this. Help me.
Freeze! I'll shoot! What the?
The first of many zombies that Leon would kill. But, side thought, did Leon cause that officer's or that sheriff's death? Because, he turned around and got distracted because of Leon. But anyway, grabbing a key from the back, he would stop to read a letter in his pocket. Leon just finished his training with high marks and he's being warmly welcomed into the RPD by Police Chief Brian Irons. He was supposed to show up for orientation on September 25th, but for some reason he's only showing up now, days after, and he's about to see that the city isn't the way he left it. Unlocking the door out, he sees that the man who was on the floor is now stumbling to get up. He starts making weird noises and advances towards Leon, forcing him to shoot the man in the pants. Leon is just about to make it to the exit, and then he sees someone wearing red at the door.
Don't shoot!
Get down! You alright?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
You can thank me later, when we're safe.
Holy shit.
Come on! Get in! Hold on.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah, Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Live around here?
No. I'm looking for my brother. He's a cop too.
Well, it's a good thing we found each other. I don't know what to expect anymore.
Y'all see that sign? Home of Umbrella? Other thing, something just clicked with me. At the end of the Desperate Times scenario from the Outbreak files, we see that Kevin and everybody else is driving out, leaving RPD. Kevin says his goodbye to Marvin, but we see a cop car on the other side of the road driving in the opposite direction of Kevin towards RPD. I am certain that it was Claire and Leon in there, which I think is cool to see, right? That kind of layering in the overall Resident Evil story is A1. Soon, the two would discover that Racoon City is in complete shambles and disarray. Riding in, an announcement would blare off telling everybody that shit's going down and y'all gotta get to safety to the Racoon City Police Department.
Yeah, but what if we're the only ones? What if there's no survivors?
No, there's survivors. It's a big city. There has to be. Looks like we're walking from here.
More like running.
Yeah, good call.
Leon, you gotta back up. What the?
Oh, it's the truck driver.
Holy shit. There, get out. Get out now!
Why are you guys trying to push the doors open? Just drive forward or back up out of the way.
Hold on! Claire! Claire, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. How about you?
Can't stay here, it's not safe.
Go on ahead. I'll meet you at the station.
I'll be there. This is out of control.
So, taking out all of the zombies in the area, running through fire and rain, Leon realizes that everybody has turned. It is now the city of the dead. Police station in sight, he slays more zombies before arriving at its gates. Slipping in and slamming iron in their faces, he feels like he's found some form of refuge. I feel like Brad's corpse should also be here on the floor since Carlos just killed him there, but I guess not. Inside the station, Leon calls out hoping that somebody would hear him.
Hello? Is anybody here?
Except there's only dead silence, so he decides to check the computer. Scanning the surveillance cams, he spots one cop firing at a walker, but he stops to talk at the camera, speaking to a David and Marvin. He says he's found a way out of RPD, and the information is in his notebook. Leon has to go find this police officer. Crawling under the shutters that were previously shut back when Carlos and Tyrell were here, he takes a gander at the blood-soaked floors and the voided halls. Standing up, ready to find his way out, he pierces through the darkness until he hears somebody yelling to open up this door.
Please! Give me your hand. Help me! I got you. Give me your other hand. Jesus Christ.
That was nasty, but at least we have the notebook telling us how— God damn it! Is that the statue? Another freaking puzzle? Keeping it pushing, Marston would kill a zombie that busted through the door and another that burst through the window. The undead were coming around from every crook and nanny. Every cranny and every nook and cranny, so he rushes out and under the shutters.
God damn it! Watch out!
You're safe. For now.
Thanks.
Marvin Browner.
Leon Kennedy. There was another off strike. I couldn't.
Here. I'm sure you did what you could, Leon.
Does anyone know what started this?
Not a clue. But honestly, all you need to know is that this place will eat you alive if you aren't careful.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to start last week, and I got a call to stay away. I wish I'd come here sooner.
You're here now, Leon. That's all that matters.
Okay, Lieutenant? I'm ready.
Hopefully you'll be able to find a way out of this station. That officer you met earlier, Elliot. He thought this secret passageway might do the trick.
This is good news. We can get you to a hospital.
No, I am not the priority here.
Lieutenant, I'm not just gonna leave you here.
I'm giving you an order, rookie. You save yourself first. I'd come with you, but I'd just slow you down. Now, you'll need this.
I can't take him.
Stop. And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate. You take it out, or you run. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Damn, Brad really did a number on him. But he's surprisingly held out for quite a while so far. Also, Marvin pushing the shutter down on the zombie to make its head explode with just his one leg. I mean, what do you guys think? Realistic or not? I feel like it's not realistic with how banged up Marv is. Plus, I don't think there was like enough space to generate enough force to do that kind of damage. But again, I mean, I don't know. Cutting tape off a box and pulling a lever to open a gate, Leon says this isn't how he imagined his first day as a cop would be. Join the club. Continuing down a dark hall, he sees a fallen cop, and on his radio he hears somebody talking about touching down at RPD. Then, he decides to get a closer look at the cop. Hearing something clang, he turns, startled to see the reverse-throated cop hanging from above. Concerned that it could reanimate and attack him at some point down the line, he shoots at it to ensure his safety, starting with the feet. Upstairs and in the showers, he opens a locker to find a dead man falling out, but Leon taps him a few times just to be sure. I guess looking back, Carlos didn't want to open this out of respect for knowing what was up because he read the note, but Leon didn't, so he doesn't know, and I guess that's why we were able to open it here in this game. In the next shadowy corridor, Leon sees one of those creatures running across the windows outside. Down the end of that hall, he finds a note left by David. It was describing the creature that we just saw. They're called lickers. Blind as bats, supersonic hearing, look like they've been skinned alive. In a room over, he finds a wall with a C4 planted on it, which leads to one of the statues that hold the piece of the bigger statue puzzle back in the main hall. Now, something that's really interesting that I think most would only realize in retrospect is this letter on the desk nearby. It's some guy's scribbling, going on about corporate asshats, Umbrella no doubt, that they left this guy to die after all that he's done for them. So he decided that if hell is breaking loose, he's gonna have his own fun. So he boarded up a bunch of cops in that cage that we just saw with the C4. He was gonna blow them all up, but you guys gotta understand, this dude was twisted. He wanted to see them suffer longer. So he gives one of the guys, only denoted as Raving Loon, a weapon, telling him to kill the guy next to him and that if he does it, he's gonna spare everybody else. But this is the revealing part. The guy scribbling this is just completely mentally disturbed, and he says, "You yell about justice and pride, but how many times did you go against me, your superior? You're so good of a cop that you had to die. This is fun. I need some music for this." He needs some music for this? Again, I'll tie this up a little bit later, but for now, keep that in the back of your head. One thing I will say that I don't ever figure out is who is the Raving Loon. I know it's one of the bodies on the other side of this C4 wall, but even as I script this, I never discover if the cop has a name. Maybe in another game I'll figure it out. Moving on, in the library, Marvin hits Leon up and tells him to come on over because he's got something important to show him.
There you are. Come here. Take a look.
Yes. I knew she'd make it.
You know her?
Yeah. Name's Claire. I came into town with her.
You can get to that courtyard. Through the second floor. East side.
I'm on it. Thanks, Lieutenant.
Before catching up with Claire, Leon puts one of the medallions in the statue, and Marvin, who previously didn't believe Elliot's theory about the X-Art Museum having a secret way out, now believes that he was right. But Leon says it's not open yet, so there's more to do. Heading into the office over, he sees a message that everyone in the department hung up for him. It says, "You suck, Leon." Man, their brotherhood must be tight. I tried to open up the safe in the office, remembering that the code from RE3 was 1597, but I forgot that I installed a mod that makes all the puzzles easier because I hate puzzles, and I wouldn't be able to open this for a while because I forgot and I didn't really read the instructions on Nexus mods that said that for the safes, the code is always going to be 1510. For those wondering if I lose out on part of the survival horror experience, no, I don't. I've played enough survival horror by now to know what the feeling encapsulates, and I still don't like puzzles. But I like the stories, and I like the characters, and that's what I'm here for. I'm not missing out on anything, but that's just me. Looking to meet up with Claire, his spider senses start tingling, but then he realizes that it's just because he can hear a helicopter coming in, reminding him of that cop on the radio talking about touching down.
Claire! Hold on! I'll be right there!
Okay.
Claire! It's so nice to see you.
How are you doing? That helicopter just came out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
I'm in one piece.
I'm guessing you don't have a key in one of those fancy pockets?
Unfortunately, no. But how are you doing?
You know, just surviving.
That's good.
Yeah.
Any luck with your brother?
No, not yet.
Claire, don't lose hope. I'm sure we're gonna find him. Damn it. You know what that means?
Yeah. Dinner time.
Claire, I think you should go.
Don't worry about me, Leon. You take care of yourself.
Claire, you need to go. Now!
Okay, let's get through this. Both of us.
Are they flirting with each other? Leon's really putting on that charisma in his voice when he talks to her. He tries to contact Marvin, but he's non-responsive, so swinging over to him, he sees that he is still alive, but just barely. Pressing on, finding a note in a room, we read about the record of events preceding this event, or preceding the present. On September 25, RPD was turned into a temporary shelter for citizens. However, that was a mistake because one of the citizens that they'd let in attacked 4 other people, and while they chalked it up to the person breaking under extreme tension, you and I know better. Following day, a mob attacked RPD and many died, leaving a few survivors to retreat behind emergency shutters. This effectively locks them down in place with no way to escape, and with broken comms equipment, they're now isolated from the outside world. On September 27th, David writes that more people perished. The number of survivors that were left could be counted on his hand. Damnation and Degeneration. Proceeding through the infinite darkness, Leon would get back to the showers to fix the issue that Carlos left with the hot steam, and then he would press on through the hole in the wall. Stepping into the dark hall, he sees a liquor hanging from the ceiling and he tries to shoot it down, but it has no effect. It is only as he steps forward that it does something. It's a bit hard to see, but it stabs into one of the corpses below so hard that it makes it stand up. But Leon would continue to fire until the liquor drops dead. You know, seeing that liquor hanging from the ceiling reminds me of that one boss, or that mini-boss from Resident Evil Outbreak, the red-tongued lady that was hanging from the ceiling in the Hellfire scenario. Into the STARS office that Carlos and Tyrell were in earlier, Leon takes a look at the jacket and guitar before looking to his right to see a familiar beret on the desk. Jill's beret from RE1 next to a picture of her dog. I wonder why we don't see her dog in the apartment in the last video. Well, maybe it's with her parents or something. On the other side of the desk is a med pack, and inside of that is a Monster energy drink. Now, although I can't confirm it, and I guess it sort of wouldn't make sense since they don't actually meet until RE1, I think this is Rebecca's desk. Well, then again, an argument could be made that it indeed makes sense if we understand that Rebecca just started working there at STARS, and her first day on the job was everything that happened back in RE0 and 1, then perhaps she never met Chris and Jill in person. At least not until Resident Evil 1, which might actually be the case. You know, I also entertain the possibility that they might have passed each other in the halls or here at RPD for brief moments, but never formally or officially met until the mansion incident. Side tangent aside, the med bag reminds me of Becca. Moving on, almost certain he hears lickers in the ceiling, Leon shoots up there, but nothing happens. Maybe he's just going crazy, but he could have sworn he was being followed from up above. After being lost and running in circles, we find our way back to the C4. He knows now, for sure, that they are in the ceilings, they're just not coming down. But Leon stays on high alert, slowly scanning the area to see if there's a licker lurking. However, after a while of seeing nothing, he does go into the cell to get the last medallion. Also, no notable faces on the floor here in terms of Raving Loon from the scribbling notes, but when he tries to leave... Flash banging and keeping the licker's head ringing, Leon would eventually kill it to go back downstairs to the main hall and complete the statue puzzle.
So it goes underground. Huh. That's it. That's our way out. Lieutenant Branna! Marvin! It's time to go. Hey, Marvin. We need to get you to a hospital right now.
No, save yourself.
Come on, I've got you.
Go!
Look, we can still make it out of here together. Just give me...
It's too late. I tried, Leon. But I couldn't stop it. We can't let this thing spread. It's on you now. Just go.
I understand. I won't let you down, Marvin.
And I just realized something. Why didn't Marvin think that Elliot's plan to get out by this means with the statue was going to work? Right? Because back in Resident Evil Outbreak Files, we literally do the statue puzzle and Rita crawls through the statue to make it out of RPD to get help in the first place. He's already seen it done, so why didn't he think it was going to work? Or why not just tell Leon about the path out? To begin with, for that matter, why wasn't the puzzle already solved and the statue already opened if it was already done? I mean, the statue did end up closing in Outbreak Files, but the pieces to unlock that puzzle were still there. Unless in the span of some hours they changed the puzzle or somebody went to go hide the pieces again, but you know what I mean? Like, there's a hole in the story. But okay, I digress. Down here, and this next sentence will only make sense if you watched my Resident Evil Outbreak Files video, I guess Rita didn't need a flashlight because the lights turn on automatically. Taking the elevator down and moving forward, Leon would begin to hear something distressing up on the grates above. All he sees when he looks is a deformed shadow running ahead. Whatever it was howling like it was in pain. Opening up into a giant room, going to the right, and shoving a shelf to the side. Now, during his battle with the monstrosity, it seems to only grow in size, even growing an eye on its right arm. Whatever or whomever this man was, he is well beyond mutated into this abomination. Feeding it metal, it only seems to get angrier as it pipes Leon up, or pipes Leon down. But of course, he's getting hit with a pipe is what I mean. But of course, he's not bothered by it, and he continues to fight until eventually... Geez, that guy had a vendetta or something. Leon, noting the ladder that dropped seemingly out of nowhere, says that somebody else is here and watching him. Climbing up the ladder, Leon comes up out of the manhole and into the RPD parking garage where, if you remember from RE3, Jill was right there. She was right on the other side of this gate. Little side tangent here. So, I'm talking to my Marvel Rivals coach, right? And he happens to be a big fan of Resident Evil, and he said one of the things about the series that he loves is how you can play through the same exact location but across different games and perspectives, and in doing so it allows you to gain a deeper understanding of, well, in this case Racoon City, of the lore and the worlds. And I agree with him. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, we went through Outbreak and part 1 of RE3. We also learned a little bit about what transpired through Wesker's report, so it's like you see the world being created, layering on top of one another until ultimately it translates into this gratifying experience for the fans, for the players. But you don't get this through just like one game, you know what I mean? Like, you play multiple games and it kind of, it's just really cool to see, and it makes for a genuinely top-notch experience. Like, Umbrella Chronicles, for an example. It doesn't matter if I know what happens or if I've already been in this section. Seeing it through different eyes or camera angles provides value, and it's those bits and pieces that stack up together which creates this powerful draw to the story for me. This is why I'm really enjoying Resident Evil. But speaking of story, let's get back to it. The way out of the garage is locked and Leon doesn't have a key card, but then...
Damn. Need a key card. You gotta be kidding me. Get off of me!
Hey,
Who is that?
stay sharp. Lower it. FBI.
Sorry. Thank you. For your help.
Surprised you made it this far.
FBI, huh? What's going on here?
Sorry, that information's classified.
Where you going?
Do yourself a favor. Stop asking questions and get the hell out of here.
Following Sunglasses at Night Indoors lady, he loses her and would end up finding somebody else in one of the holding cells.
Hello?
Hey,
I don't believe it. A real human. Hello, human.
you been here long?
Long enough. Are we the last ones alive?
No, there's a few of us.
Huh. That's good news, I guess.
Yeah.
That's of course Irons sent you.
Irons? You mean Chief Irons? Is he still around?
Who cares? Hopefully he's somebody's dinner by now.
What do you mean by that?
He's the bastard that locked me in here.
I'm sure he had a good reason.
He did. I was about to blow the whistle on his dirty ass. I'd have done the same thing to him, I guess. Hey, I'll make you a deal. Unlock this cell and I'll give you this. There's no other way out of that parking garage. Believe me.
Sorry, I can't do that. I have to talk to the chief first.
Look, we're both prisoners in this station. So either we play nice and help each other out, or... Shit. It's coming.
What? What's coming?
Come on. Come on, don't be an asshole. Okay, you need this. Just get me the fuck out of here!
Oh my god. Who is that?
It's just me. So you can put that thing away.
I don't even know what happened. It just happened so quick.
I told you to get out of here. You wouldn't want to end up like Ben, would you?
You knew him?
He was an informant. Had information of use to my investigation.
So what he said was true? Hey, you can't keep walking away from me. I don't even know your name. I'm Leon Kennedy.
Find a way out, Leon. Before it's too late. Then we'll talk. Name's Ada.
Well, I guess the deal's on.
Okay, so a couple of things here. One, the dude in the holding cell. That's the same guy that we saw back in Outbreak Files, right? There we learned that he found some secret files but was locked up in here for some reason, begging the question, what did he find? 2, Ada. She was the woman mentioned back in Resident Evil 1 from the notes. John's lover, remember? She was also part of the password and the username to log into the computer to open the gate, the electronic gate. And she was actually also somebody that Wesker mentioned back in his reports. saying that she was this secret agent sent to spy on Umbrella. 3. What on God's green earth was that thing? It just tore through the wall and squashed that reporter's head in like a grape. Well, after a long while, we meet that thing.
Jesus Christ!
A Tyrant, much like the one from Outbreak, in that this one also wears that long black trench coat and is very controlled. So something I think you should know is that the coats that these Tyrants wear serve 2 functions. First, it's armor, because if you remember the Tyrants from RE1, for an example, its heart was just out there waiting for Chris and Jill to shoot it. The coat protects its heart. But it also is a power limiter, which prevents it from mutating uncontrollably, which is why when we fought the Tyrants back in Outbreak, when enough damage was done to the coat, the Tyrant destabilized and grew into that erratic monster. Because these Tyrants have coats on, Umbrella can control them. But without the trench coats, the Tyrants lose their mission and they become harder to control. For now, this Tyrant would follow Leon all around RPD, stalking him down every hall, on every level, around every corner. No matter how many times he brought the Tyrant to his knees, it would just keep getting up and continue hunting him. So Leon had to learn to navigate around the bioweapon while trying to figure out how to unlock the cell that the reporter was in. Even while Leon was busy fighting this alien, that Tyrant would come stomping in, dipping its head under the door frame, and it just cuts in, ignoring the 1v1, and he goes straight for Leon. Obtaining a jack handle and going to the library to move the bookcases over to function as a bridge, the Tyrant follows Leon in, and out of curiosity, Leon wanted to see if it could climb ladders. Yes, it can. I also just realized Nemesis is, or was, at this point, in the city, which I think is pretty interesting because it means that Umbrella released multiple Tyrants into Raccoon City. We know that there's this Tyrant here hunting Leon, and Nemesis was hunting Jill. I don't know if the one from Outbreak counts, since I think it could because it was an Umbrella researcher that set it free, but I don't think Umbrella planned on that, so I don't know if that counts. There was also the other BOW from Nyx, remember Nyx, from Outbreak Files that absorbed that Tyrant? Although I don't know if that counts either because it was something stolen from Umbrella to be used as proof of Umbrella's evil doings. Same thing, Thanatos at Raccoon City University, but he too was released by a rogue researcher. But not trying to beat a Tyrant to death, the point is, Nemesis and this Tyrant were both here in Raccoon City at the same time, and in fact, you saw what happened to Nemesis when his coat came off. I'm making another connection here. Leon would discover the RPD's clock tower, break the bell, and make a joke.
Hope I don't have to write a report on this.
Before our return to the reporter, Leon goes into the interrogation room and finds a cop cheeked up. No idea why he died in that specific position, but alright. Heading back into the main hall down the steps, he sees the Tyrant walking by. So Leon shoots him to get his attention, and it comes barreling over to fist him. Then it would pick Leon up and throw him down the stairs, but eventually, Leon shoots him in the back of the head, puts him on his knees. Another thing that I just thought of, why doesn't the Tyrant just pick Leon up by the head and then crush him? The same thing he did to the reporter, right? Nemesis, same thing. They pick up these characters, but they don't crush them. Like, if your intent and your purpose is to kill these characters, why not just do that? When he makes it back to the reporter's cell, he reads a note to discover that the reporter's name was Ben.
You wouldn't want to end up like Ben, would you?
He says that even though zombies are all around, it is the Tyrant he's afraid of. You see, Ben discovered that Umbrella created these BOWs, these Tyrants, and that they were ordered to eliminate any and all survivors, most likely for the purpose of tying up any potential loose ends. Ben was terrified by these monsters, and for good reason. I mean, the Tyrant here who's been stalking Leon is crazy scary. No expression on his face, no words spoken, not a sound made. There is a level of imposing fear just by presence alone, so I get where Ben is coming from.
Huh?
That doesn't explain the rumors about the orphanage. I just find it way too coincidental Umbrella is one of the benefactors.
You told me this interview is about the new scholarship umbrella setup.
Come on, Annette. Nobody cares about that. They want to know about the G virus.
Where did you hear about this?
And that big fucking sinkhole in the city, which, by the way, rumor has it goes straight to your underground lab. Now, are you gonna talk to me, or are you gonna...
This interview is over.
Bitch.
Who's Annette? As Leon attempts to leave, now that he's got the key card out, the alarms would set off and zombies would swarm him. And then, from around the corner, the Tyrants would come out of nowhere,
Give me a break.
closing in on him, forcing Leon to have to go around the other side, only to have the Tyrants block his path once more, giving it the D, and by that I mean the down, giving him the downing it. Leon would navigate towards the garage gates, but then, just like Nemesis, it displays how strong it is by smashing through the cement walls like the Kool-Aid Man.
Ada, this is getting old. Saving your ass, that's twice.
I didn't realize you were keeping score.
Look, this isn't a game.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nothing dies down here. I take it you have the key card.
Yeah, and this. I was hoping you could explain what's on it.
Maybe. After I hear it. Let's get out of here.
Damn, she came through with a plan. I love that. Opening the gate and following Ada out while she listens to Ben's recording, she says that Ben didn't have what she was looking for. All she offers is that she's looking for people responsible for causing the outbreak. And then she kind of asks what Leon wants, just jokingly pegging him, saying that he wants to save the world. With the road ahead not existing, Ada locks pick the door to Kendo and they go in. Leon finds a note left by Jill telling Kendo that should his primary plans not work out, to go find her, because she's going to do everything she can to help him. Walking to the back of the gunshot, he gets a shotgun pointed at his face. Leon maintains a calm demeanor, letting Kendo know that he's not a threat and asking him to lower his weapon, but Kendo is agitated. He wants Leon to leave immediately.
I think your daughter needs help, sir.
Don't tell me how to deal with my daughter.
Drop it.
No! Wait!
Step aside. We need to terminate her before she turns.
Terminate. It's my fucking daughter.
Ada. Just let them be.
Emma? Sweetheart, I told you to stay put.
Daddy?
Yeah, Daddy's here. Come here. Okay? Those fucking things outside. What they did to us. You're a cop. You're supposed to know something. How did this happen? Huh? She was our sweet little angel.
Mommy?
I was sleeping, honey. Okay? And I'm gonna put you to bed too, okay? Emma. Just go. Just give us some privacy.
You know, it's one thing to keep the truth from me, but why him? I want to find out what's happening here. And stop whoever's behind it. Helping people like them? That's why I joined the Force.
My mission is to take down Umbrella's entire operation. We may not make it out.
Whatever it takes to save this city. Count me in.
Excellent voice acting, by the way. Like, really got, like, I felt shit hearing that scene. Poor girl. I mean, just poor family altogether. It's a lot. And in the end, Kendo ended it, or ended her, but it's heavy and tragic, and it is all Umbrella's fault. But then we also get to see Leon's big why, his motivation, his drive, the reason that he does what he does. He aims to save people. And so knowing that Ada is planning to take down Umbrella Corp, he agrees to help her. She explains that Umbrella has a virus that turns people into monsters, but then she continues that she's looking for Annette Birkin. The Birkin? Birkin? Ada says that Annette is responsible for unleashing the disaster, but there it is. We know from Wesker's reports that William Birkin married another Umbrella researcher. We just didn't know her name until now. I mean, you guys remember, right? Even in that video, I was like, how are you gonna marry and have kids here in this type of like environment? You know, you're both researchers. But anyway, why did Annette release the virus? And just to recap for my own sake and for anybody who might be new or forgot, this all started back in Resident Evil, like the outbreak, the release of the virus. It started back with Resident Evil 0 with James Marcus, who unleashed the virus in the Arklay Mountains for revenge against Umbrella for assassinating him. To my understanding, 2 months ago when that happened, the virus would spread here to the city through air, plants, animals, people, and the water supply. But I also just remembered in the reports that Birkin had set up a research facility here in Raccoon City. I love it when a story comes together. But still, what does Annette have to do with all of this? Following Ada into the sewers, of course, she tells the oh-so-naive Leon that Umbrella is able to maintain and operate their secret facility here in the city without being stopped by the authorities because Umbrella owns and holds power over everyone and everything. Corporate America, money rules it all. Deeper into the sewers, something big would cause everything to rumble.
Jesus! That an earthquake?
I sure as hell hope so.
Leon thinks it's an earthquake, but turning around the corner, he sees something ginormous move ahead, roaring.
What the hell?
God only knows what's down here.
However, Ada seems calm, cool, and collected, telling him simply to just keep his head on a swivel. She's not even in the slightest unnerved. Soon they would feel more quakes as the tunnels shook, causing dust and pebbles to fall to the ground, where Ada would tell him it's not too late to turn back. But of course, Leon says she's stuck with him until the very end. And then he jumps below.
Ugh. You sure this is the right way?
Unfortunately.
Wait there.
Leon! Get out of there!
Naturally, what really happens is Leon runs left and then right, keeping away from the dinosaur's jaws until he gets away, and keeping away from the dinosaur's jaws until he gets away, and from the dinosaur's jaws until he gets away and clamps down on a gas pipe, which Leon fires away, causing it to blow up the infected reptile.
You overgrown son of a bitch.
Ascending the ladder that Ada dropped for him, he's a bit agitated with her.
You said the virus turned people into monsters, not reptiles.
Fair point. I'm just impressed you made it in one piece.
Entering an elevator, Leon wants to know more about why Umbrella created and sold these weapons, or why they're selling these weapons, and Ada specifies that it's not monsters they're selling, it is the virus that they sell, and Annette is the one who makes them. But she doesn't say who they're selling the virus to. My guess is whoever has the money. Probably It won't matter the nation or the corporation. Umbrella just wants money. But speak of the devils, and they appear.
Definitely William's handiwork.
Identify yourself.
Net Birkin.
She's who we're looking for?
Not much time. Need to dispose of it.
We're here for the G virus.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm warning you, Doctor.
Oh yeah?
Hey!
Stop!
You'll never get the G virus!
Didn't expect that from a scientist. Leon.
Forget about me. Just go. Stop her before she gets away.
I'm right outside the facility, in pursuit of Annette. If it's not on her, it must be in the nest. Once it's in hand, I'll call for extraction. You can run, Annette, but you can't hide.
Oh, red dress. Nice. Also, who was she talking to on the radio? And what is Nest? Ada starts to chase Annette, who, by the way, I just realized is the woman that Jill had a picture of on her detective board back in her apartment. After a bunch of using her super spy gadget to follow wires and stuff, she makes it to the platform above. Her target is just out of reach, but then Ada comments saying that she's always been good at running.
Always been good at running, Annette. I'll give you that.
So that makes me wonder if Ada and Annette have history. But walking through the door and going to the right, I wonder, why didn't Ada just climb over this crate and barrel? It's not that high up, just climb over it. No need to do everything that she just did earlier. Running along, the Tyrant, who no one doubted for a second was going to survive the explosion in the parking garage, catches up to Ada. She tries to access the door but runs out of time as the creature comes up behind her and punches her hard in the head. But getting out of this situation is going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience for her. Unlocking the door, slipping through a fan, finding an ID wristband in the furnace, she would unfortunately get trapped. Annette shows up at the window planning to incinerate her, which sucks because I thought we were going to trap the Tyrants in here and incinerate him instead. But Ada tells her that she isn't the only one who is after the G, and in response, Annette says they'll die too. Ada would burn alive in the furnace. But from the ashes of that captivity like a phoenix, she would be born again. Using her newly acquired wristband, she gains access forward and comes face to face with Annette again.
Enough with this cat and mouse game.
The game is over.
You lost.
Tell me, is your husband still alive? Or did you kill him so you could take credit for G?
Interesting theory.
If you don't cooperate, I'll get a sample from the nest.
Over my dead body.
Where's Leon when I need him?
Ada?
Leon, reawakened, begins his search for his heartthrob.
Damn it.
Grimy sewers, finding eliminated USS soldiers, one of their VHS tapes as well, fighting zombies and a giant mutated whatever these monsters with eyes on their shoulders are, passing by a cable car and entering a room, he finds some papers. Copies of emails to one Director Owens. Nest has been compromised and people are trapped inside with the infected. The person sending this email states that somebody named Kim and Mayer are dead, hoping that the director would respond and help, but Owens never responds. However, it is in the last page that the person says it was you all along, seemingly blaming Owens for the chaos inside of Nest, which I am now sure is the name of the Umbrella Research Facility under Raccoon City. However, moving on, Leon continues to look for Ada.
I don't like the sound of that. Come on. Ada! I'm coming, Ada.
Now he knows where Ada is. Popping that VHS tape we found on the USS Soldier, which by the way stands for Umbrella Secret Service, it's Umbrella's private army, we saw what the Spec Ops saw.
No. How are you freak? No hurt him.
Alright, so there it is. We know it's the rats. The rats were the main contributors to the spreading of the G-Virus. The monster we fought earlier fought Umbrella's soldiers, consumed the F out of the virus samples from the briefcase, but some of it spilled on the floor, and then the rats immediately began licking it up. Rats go into the sewers, spread into the water, other creatures, until boom, outbreak. So after dealing with this chess puzzle, Leon opens the door down to Ada, but that door doesn't have any power. So he goes to the room over to turn everything on, but when he does that, a monster attacks him from the ceiling. It claws at him from above, and then it would eventually come down to tear the door on the side down. Leon tries scorching it with his fire dispensing weapon, but in spite of that and grenades, the monster doesn't slow down. So Leon is forced to run, but he's got to stop at this dead end. Stuck on a platform with just the crate, he thinks up a plan to try and knock the abomination down long enough for him to smash the crate into him.
Now I got you!
Oof. Yeah, imagine if that happened. But no, this is what actually happened. Damn. G-Virus is one hell of a drug. Well, I got my wish. Back with Jill and Nemesis, I wanted to see the G in action, and yeah, it is nasty. Eye on the shoulder, and I think I even saw one on its back. It's disgusting. But also, knowing how these viruses work, that thing has got like one or two more transformations probably. Well, now Leon can go impress Ada with his abs. He should have brought some cheese with him, so that he can show Ada that you can grind cheese on his abs.
Ada! Ada, where are you?
Over here!
Ada! I was getting worried there for a sec.
I can't get it out.
I don't know if I should,
Just do it. I can't walk like this.
Okay. It's gonna hurt. Hold on.
I can do it myself.
Just relax, okay? So, what do we do now?
Get yourself out of here. While you still can.
I'm not just gonna leave you. Not like this.
You don't understand. The situation's worse than I thought.
You're not getting rid of me that easy. You protected me. Now it's my turn.
Didn't realize we were keeping score.
Grab my shoulder.
Don't push it, rookie.
Okay, just trying to help. Watch your step.
You want to help? We have to get to the nest.
Nest?
Umbrella's lab, right beneath us. Net let it slip. That's where the virus samples are. You up for this?
Think I could fit it in my schedule.
Come on. We got work to do.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm confused. Is this dude into Claire or Ada? Or does he just flirt with any girl who comes around? Ada says that the cable car is going to take them to Nest, and she has a wristband to give them access. So like the Beatles, she's got a ticket to ride. But Ada is limping on her way over, so Leon would insist that he carries her. However, she declines his offer. Eventually, entering the cable car, Leon starts it up.
Do not exit until the final destination.
You know what I was thinking? I can't wait for the FBI to raid Umbrella headquarters and take those bastards to justice.
I agree, but to be clear, you're not working in official capacity. This is a federal case. Once we get the G-Virus, I'm back on my own. Hey, Leon, trust me?
You trust me?
Honestly, if I didn't, you'd probably be dead.
Right.
I thought I might need your help, and I was right. If you can secure the G-Virus, I can make sure what happened in Racoon City never happens again.
Ada, you said it yourself. It's a federal case. I don't
Leon,
have the authority.
Look at me. I'm a liability now. If I'm gonna finish this case, you're the last hope I've got.
I'm not just gonna leave you here. What if you're attacked? What if you need help?
What? She's feeling him? She's good at not showing it.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I gotta see this through. And I want to see you again. I got plenty to live for, trust me.
Now, arriving at Nest.
Go. Please, we don't have much time. You're gonna need this.
Okay.
Leon. Counting on you.
I know.
Finally out of the sewers, Leon approaches the gates to Nest. The voice tells him to stay clear until the doors fully open, but Leon doesn't follow rules as he tries to force his way through. Now, we're inside of the Umbrella Corporation's secret facility. Time to find the G and bring it back to Ada. Opening into the main shaft, we see the absolute size of this facility. It stretches upwards, downwards, outwards, in every direction into the void, and you gotta wonder, how in the 1998 did they accomplish this? Where did they put all the stuff that they dug out? So, the facility divides into two sections, the east and the west, but before going east, Leon finds a dead USS agent with a voice recorder. Listening to it, we learn that somebody named Alpha was talking to somebody named Ghost. They were tracking a person attempting to get the G-Virus and the antivirus, and when the USS gets to him, they see him opening the safe. It was William Birkin they were after, and then it ends there. At least Leon now knows that the G is in the west side, as is usually the case. West Coast is the best coast, after all. But the pending issue is that Leon doesn't have access to the west yet. He needs to find a wristband with more seniority, which brings him to this room with a horrific sight. Another virus-infected plant, this one looking worse than Plant 42, had crushed a man against glass and kept him there. But he appears to have that juice we need, so it's just a matter of getting it, which would be easier if this virus-infected plant wasn't covering every inch of this area and creating these plant zombies. Luckily, Leon's too hot to handle with his flamethrower, and a solution to wither the plant away is in reach. Going into a room to mix the solution, we also find a note calling the plant outside Plant 43. Perfect. You know, because the one back at the mansion worked out so well last time. Off in the corner, we find someone in a hazmat suit, but they look like they have a hunchback. I'm curious who this is. Low-key reminded me of Lisa, but we know for sure she's dead. Unfortunately, I never find out who this is, and they never move, or at least not with me. So, you know, maybe they're just a prop. Exterminating Plant 43, Leon goes to get the upgrade, but as soon as he picks it up...
Shit! Him again?
Yeah, I bet you didn't expect to get torched upon entry. Yeah, you think twice about coming near me again. You don't want this heat, big fella. I'm not the one. Yeah, you best look the other way. Umbrella's not paying you enough. You tried, you failed, switch roles.
Now what?
Yeah, pacifism looks good on you. Good boy, you keep looking the other way. I'm so glad mods exist. Running along, Leon looks into a laptop and reads messages between Byron Cartwright and Birkin, with Birkin scolding him for not getting security up. There's been a number of spies infiltrating Nest as of late, also adding that he's restricting access to the West to protect his G, stating that the Corpos have nothing to do with his G virus anyway. But before going there, Leon heads back to the front to access the nap room, and opening up the sleeping pods, a virus-infected researcher— well, we don't know if he was infected. No, I'm pretty sure he was infected. The point is, Leon immediately burns him before checking. This was Wayne Lee. Homie had a notebook talking about how USS stormed in and started murking everybody. His last page shows how delusional he really was. He thought that just because he was smart, that made him a god, and that there was no way he could ever die. Seems like Umbrella loves hiring egotistical megalomaniacs. Heading over to the west, taking another VHS cassette tape off a dead USS dude, we plug and play it.
Got eyes on the G virus.
We're going in.
Dr. Birkin, you'll come along with us quietly.
You think I didn't know you were coming? This is my life's work. I'm not handing over anything.
We have our orders, Dr. Birkin. I'll ask you one more time. Hold your fire! What the fuck were you thinking? Our orders were to bring him in alive. We're in, sir. But we had a snafu. Target resisted. We had to take him out. That's correct, sir. Roger that. Just the samples, then. Let's move.
Okay, so September 22, 1998, Umbrella sends in their men to apprehend Birkin and the G-Virus, but they end up killing him. Now, sometime in between then and the start of Outbreak Files, which we know starts on September 23, more stuff happens, causing the monster, who I'm certain of now is William, to eat all of those G samples, leading to the rats getting infected. This lines up perfectly because we saw at the beginning of Outbreak Files that the rats were in the sewers, but we also saw either Birkin or one of those G creatures killing those USS agents. Then we know RE3 begins with Jill on September 28th, and right now is September 29, so things really are kind of making sense in chronological order. But still, what does Annette have to do with this? I know Ada said she created the G, but I was pretty sure it was William who extracted it from Lisa, and he was the one who made G. And we also see how adamant and fervently he protected what he thought was his. Annette's demeanor is another thing. I don't know, it just seems different. In fact, Umbrella would cut funding for Nest and remove William as the director of this facility. In the following email, we see that Birkin was talking to somebody with the initials BE. It seems like he went to somebody else with his G-Virus, and the person writes back saying that his company, quote unquote, is interested in his weapon and that they are the most well-funded corporation in the US of A. Now, Umbrella would find out that Birkin breached his contract with them, claiming ownership of the G-Virus, and then we learn that he was in contact with the US military, hence the BE, I think. Which, by the way, why are you going to be sending messages that are incriminating to yourself through, like, your work email? You know what I mean? Leon goes into a sanitizing hall, first sprayed, then a lot of blue light. I guess the blue light is killing bacteria, and then some sanitizing mist. Sterilized, he runs forth to finally acquire the G sample.
Huh. That was easy.
Well, that is until you try to leave.
You again. Move! He's mine! This has to end.
What the hell's going on?
Sorry, William. You left me no choice.
You called this thing William. Why?
It shouldn't have been like this. It's Umbrella's fault, this whole mess.
You're Umbrella too. You're telling me you weren't involved in this?
Yes. But we never meant for this to happen.
Then tell me everything. Right from the start.
You don't get away that easily.
Good God, William. What have you done?
So you made this monster.
We made the G-Virus, but we never intended
You can
this
spin
to...
it any way you want. You're still responsible. What the hell? Oh, shit. What are you doing?
We can't let him get away!
All right, we end this here.
All right. I get that we can't let him get away, but like, you trapped Leon down there with him. You just met Leon. There's no way that you could know he would not only survive, but take down your husband too, who is beyond horror, wink wink, at this point. Also, Annette admits to working with William to create the G, but I don't think she released it the way that Ada thinks that she did. Annette is obviously trying to contain it here. After an intense battle with epic music, Leon burns the G-Mutant down until its eyes explode, and then William finally collapses. Maybe. Checking up on Annette.
Jesus. That looks bad.
Feels worse. Believe me.
Talk about what you said. I don't know how much I believe.
Just tell me you'll destroy that G sample.
No, it's evidence. It's going to the FBI.
You trust that bitch?
What's that supposed to mean?
She's not FBI. She's a mercenary. She's gonna sell it. The G-Virus is gonna go to the highest bidder.
That's bullshit.
I hope you're right.
hands.
Damn. Leon's conflicted because, you know, I mean, a girl kissed him, but also Annette is dead. Burning her body just in case she turns, Leon uses his flamethrower, then rushes out of there because the facility's self-destruct sequence has started up, but then he sees Ada at the elevator.
I was just thinking about you.
That makes two of us. I was getting worried.
No, we make a good team. I gotta ask you something.
Way's clear. Please, tell me you got it.
Oh, I got it.
Let me verify the G sample and we get the hell out of here.
Before we do that, I ran into Annette. She claims you're not FBI.
Oh, Leon. Why couldn't you just hand over the sample?
Because I realized, as much as I wanted to trust you, I didn't.
I really hoped it wouldn't end up like this.
So that's all this was. I was just some pawn to you?
Look, I'm just doing my job.
And I'm doing mine, so drop that damn gun! I'm taking you in.
Hand over the sample, Leon. I don't want to hurt you.
And you shoot me. But I don't think you can.
Bro, I swear nothing and nobody dies in this game.
Ada!
No one gets that sample now.
Hold on. I think I can.
Forget it.
Shut up, I've got you.
It's not worth it.
Don't do this.
Take care of yourself, Leon.
No!
Damn, that sucks. Ada dies. For Leon, she's probably going to be the one that gets away. Like, you know, he never has that opportunity. He never got to explore that with her, that relationship, that budding, you know what I mean? Like, they were feeling each other, I know it, but now she's dead. So, riding the elevator down and seeing the, I want to call this a reactor, but I don't know what it's called. I'm not a financial advisor. But coming off the elevator, Leon would see Claire through security cameras. She was down here in the nest as well. The connection was as chopped as your liver after binge drinking. However, what words they could exchange boiled down to, get out. I completely forgot about Claire. We still have her run to do to get the full picture, but don't worry, my fellow subscribers / people who liked and hyped this video, I'm on it like a pony. 8.5 minutes left to get out, explosions setting off in the distance. He rushes as fast as he can, but then...
Is this a fucking joke?
Choo-choo, mother...
Gotta keep going.
Dude, are all their stats rolled into luck? Making it to the elevator out of here. You guys know how the game goes. With the Tyrant's power limiting coat off, the T-Virus is rapidly mutating beyond control, but luckily, Leon is basically through the fire and flames as it bursts and beats Leon down, growing and becoming more lethal even now during the fight.
Call it even.
Oh, what the fuck? There's no way she's alive. Are you serious? I was joking, but like I said, no one and nothing dies in Resident Evil. Picking up the boom tube, he takes out the Super Tyrants, which is what I learned they're called once they transform past their base wall. Oh wow. Yeah, no, he's dead. He's dead for sure this time.
Shit!
Straight luck.
Gotta get out of here.
Hey look, it's like it's flying.
Can't believe I actually miss her.
Leon?
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Hey. We made it.
Riding through the rain, Claire stops at the gas station and she's talking to somebody on the phone. She's come to Raccoon City to find her brother Chris, and she smiles, hanging up, wondering why everybody thinks she's gonna get in trouble, but seeing as trouble has found her, she runs into Leon, and you already know this part. They get separated, and Claire says to rendezvous at RPD before blasting a walker in the face. Arriving at RPD through the mini cemetery, same one that Carlos and Tyrell came through, Claire opens up a letter in her pocket from her best friend. Her bestie is astounded that Claire's biking it all the way to Raccoon City by herself, acknowledging that she is concerned for Chris after not being able to contact him for over a month now, but she is worried because she's afraid that men are going to take advantage of Claire being a quote-unquote hot, young college student. She then says that her brother might be the Chris Redfield, who taught her how to fight and shoot, but that doesn't mean she has plot armor. So she wants her to be safe. Which, you know, makes sense, of course. Safety is paramount, but it looks like she's got a lot more to deal with, a lot worse to deal with. Well, I don't know if it's worse. I mean, I don't want to say worse because I'm not a girl, so I can't really say, but I don't know. Let me ask you ladies still listening this far in. In fact, guys, too, pretend you have a daughter. Would you rather deal with men trying to take advantage of you or deal with literal zombies? Guys, would you rather have your daughter deal with bad men or monsters? When it comes to Claire, she seems confident enough to handle herself no matter what.
Hey! Leon?
Claire! Hold on! I'll be right there!
Okay!
Claire! It's so nice to see you.
How are you doing? That helicopter just came out of nowhere.
I'm in one piece.
I'm guessing you don't have a key in one of those fancy pockets?
Unfortunately, No. But how are you doing?
You know, just surviving.
That's good.
Yeah.
Any luck with your brother?
No, not yet.
Claire, don't lose hope. I'm sure we're gonna find him. Damn it. You know what that means?
Yeah. Dinner time.
Claire, I think you should go.
Don't worry about me, Leon. You take care of yourself.
Claire, you need to go. Now!
Okay, let's get through this. Both of us.
I wonder if back in 1998, the original Resident Evil fans thought that those character models looked cool. But I had to use it for the video because tax deferrals. Claire the Zombie Slayer makes her way into RPD and shouts if anybody's there.
Anybody here?
No one responds. Checking the computer, she sees the Tyrants on screen, coming up to destroy the CCTV. Surprisingly, Claire's not even really bothered, making a joke about how the Tyrant isn't part of the rescue squad. But then, that is when Zombie Marvin shows up, which immediately made me think, how does the start of RE2 look like if we begin with Claire? But more specifically, how does the interaction between Marvin and Claire play out? And you'll immediately see that he treats her very differently than he does Leon. Marvin's got a soft spot for Claire.
Watch out!
You all right?
Yeah.
You're safe. For now. Marvin Branagh.
Thanks.
Obviously someone taught you well.
Yeah, I know how to take care of myself.
Come on.
Did she just touch his virus-infected bloody hand?
So nobody knows what caused this?
There's a lot of theories. But all I know for sure is that this place is crawling with zombies.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Hey, keep that on. Just in case.
I'm not gonna be around long. Once I find Chris, we're out of here.
You really Chris's sister?
Yeah. Why? Did you find something?
He's on vacation. Europe, I think. Left weeks ago.
Vacation? It's great news.
Well, I've got more for you. Looks like there might be a way out through this secret passageway.
Good. Hey. Hey, we should probably get you to a hospital.
Oh, don't forget about me. I can take care of myself.
No. Don't be ridiculous. You're gonna need some help.
Listen, Claire. Save yourself. So you can see your brother again. Now, you'll probably need this.
No, I'm not taking that. You're gonna...
I'm giving you an order, rookie!
Just give me...
And be careful. If you see one of those things, no matter who they were, you can't hesitate. Take them out if you can. Or you run.
Of course, just like with Chris and Jill in Resident Evil 1, because I had the puzzles and key item locations still fresh in my head, the second run went a lot smoother, and only a few differences occurred. For example, up in the dark hall before getting into the STAR's office where Leon encounters Lickers, or a Licker, Claire would come face to face with the Tyrants. However, the Tyrant knows better than to put his hands on a woman, so he keeps his hands to himself. Entering the STAR's office, she finds a note from Leon, telling her about the monsters that she's already seen, but that Chris isn't here. So, she needs to get out of there safely. Then walking over to the desk with the Made in Heaven leather jacket hanging on the wall and the guitar, I realized something. Claire has the same design on her jacket. The matching jackets indicate that this is Chris's desk, which in retrospect now makes sense because he was partners with Jill. I mean, we did note her beret earlier, so that's a cool nod. I wonder what Chris is doing in Europe, by the way. When Claire makes it down under the statue and below the grates, this time we hear and see a different figure running up above. When she tries to move the shelf aside the same way Leon did, which by the way I feel like Claire could have just shimmied her way through like she did with the gate back at the entrance, she sees what, or who, actually was running. Turns out, in Leon's run, he was right. Somebody else was there, and that's why the ladder dropped for him.
Hey. It's okay. I won't hurt you, I promise. Do you need help? Here, you can take my hand.
You need help.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
You need help.
Why?
He's right behind you.
What? Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Boards ain't gonna cut it with this.
As you would expect, Claire gives William the business and he falls over the ledge.
Oh crap. Oh god. Hey, little girl. It's safe now. It's over.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I promise. Everything's fine. I just need you to lower that ladder for me.
Will you help me find my mom?
Your mom is down here?
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah. Of course. I'll help you.
Aw. The little girl is looking hopefully up at Claire like she's a superhero or something. Asking the child what her mom's like, wondering what kind of parents let their daughter wander around this dangerous environment by themselves, she tells Claire that she's an Umbrella research... Annette and William. I recall, Wesker's reports, William and his wife had a baby. The girl also tells Claire that her mom was working on a new medicine, and that her father worked with his mom but is... And the girl hesitates when she says this, but her dad is gone.
Wow. Both of my parents are gone. It's just me and my brother.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. It means we've got something in common, and that's a good thing, right?
Soon they'd climb up the ladder that leads into the garage. Claire helps the girl up and she runs over to the exit, but is disheartened to see that it is closed.
Damn it. We need a key card. Hold on. Here, come up. And you're sure this is the way?
This is how my mom took me last time.
Sherry? I've been looking everywhere for you, Sherry. Brave little girl to leave your house in the middle of this mess. On the ground, hands behind your head.
You can't be serious.
On the ground, now. Sherry, tie her hands.
Why are you doing this?
Shut up. Tie her. Okay then. You tie her up now or she dies.
What's this all about?
Child endangerment, for starters. Sherry, come here.
What are you gonna do to her?
None of your fucking business.
If you hurt her, I swear to God, my brother is stars and
Sherry, get over here. What's your name? What's your fucking name?
Claire!
Sherry, you come with me now, or say goodbye to Claire.
Okay, I'll go. You better be taking me to my mom.
Absolutely.
Don't listen to him, he's full of shit.
Stop hurting her, please!
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Stop! Let me go! Let me go!
Obviously, nobody taught you manners. We'll fix that. Oh, yes, we will.
Let me go! Let me go!
I'll get you, you fucker! Stay safe, Sherry.
Dude, fuck that guy. Like, something is actually wrong with him. I don't even mean in like, oh, he's a dick or anything. Like, his presence is just disturbing. The guy oozes demented and evil. But moving along and entering the area where that bastard came from, we see a note attached to an elevator that says it leads to the chief's office. Then, in the Racoon monthly issue we find nearby, we see a picture of that same guy.
Bastard is the police chief?
Yeah, he is. Brian Irons. Taking the elevator, she finds her way over to his private office where Claire would read emails between Irons and Birkins. And this fills in some blanks here. Birkins was paying Irons and controlling the police through him. The Raccoon City police chief was working under Umbrella this whole time. This explains why Jill's reports were denied and why she was suspended, as well as why she felt like Irons' men were watching her, and that she thought he would send men to assassinate her. In fact, continuing to read the emails, it's clear that Birkins was having Irons run some security in his lab and even down in the sewers. And he complied. As long as Brian saw money in his account, he would do whatever they said. But when things started to go south, the situation complicated. Birkins did, however, tell him that once he took over, I assume Birkins was planning to rise in rank in the corporation, he would pay Brian whatever he wanted. Of course, we know how that plays out. But what we don't know is why Irons wanted Sherry and where he took her. Looking around his office, Irons was a hunter, but it's his taxidermy log that shows how unhinged this man was. He writes about how pleased he was to have hunted what he already has, but he's starting to look for something more challenging, something else to really get him going. Siberian tiger? Bigger, more exotic, harder to hunt, but still not enough. However, it is in his last entry that things get bizarre. He would log in that he hunted a female pig here in Raccoon City, 22 years old, 5'3", 110 pounds. And what he writes below is even more odd. It's like he found the hunt that he was looking for, describing the specimen's body as soft, sweet, and white all over. All his. Forever. And then I gave the old Google search a whirl, and it turns out pigs live for about 15 to 20 years. However, with proper care, some can live even longer. But that's not the average. Of course, commercial pigs, meant for consumption, only live 6 months to a year. So, 22-year-old pig? Bit strange. And in Raccoon City. You know, you're hunting in the city? I don't know, man. And 5'3", 110 pounds, those are regular human girl numbers, height and weight, but it's just the way that he talks about this specimen. The man is sick. Well, I mean, he was willingly working for Umbrella, knowing their dark dealings. I half expected to continue walking around the office to see a body. Going to the back, past the Siberian tiger, Claire locates the key card that she needs to leave the garage. Moving along, needing to do the whole clock tower thing to get the gate open, she works on that. But as she's heading back to the main hall, the Tyrants would shove the helicopter aside to make his presence known once more. But she just walks right past him, onward into the library, where I had no idea you could move 2 whole bookcases at the same time. I thought you had to do it one by one, but Claire is practically Supergirl, I guess. I just can't figure out why she struggled to move that shelf back when she found Sherry. After getting the gate open, right before she obtains the key card, the phone would ring. It's her nemesis.
Hello?
Good to see you again, Claire. We've got unfinished business.
Where's that?
In the neighborhood. You'll find it.
Is Sherry all right?
For now.
I swear, you bastard, if you hurt her.
Stupid kid. If you just hadn't dropped that fucking thing, I could let you go.
Don't worry, Sherry. It'll be all over soon.
There has to be a way out of here.
Sherry would begin looking for a way out of this little nightmare. Using scissors to cut open tape to remove this cardboard box that blocked the hole in the wall, a couple things come to mind. One, she could have just ripped it open. There was no need to do a whole puzzle. And two, Irons should have, known about that hole in the wall. You know what? Scratch that. Actually, now it makes sense as to why Birkins was scolding him for his lack of security detail. In the hall, Sherry finds a diary belonging to somebody named Sally. It appears Umbrella was running an orphanage here, but of course, they were really running their experiments and testing on all the children. Sally writes that because the orphanage director is coming today, she is going to wear her favorite checkered blue outfit. The orphanage director is none other than Brian Irons. Moving along, Sherry, wearing that blue checkered outfit, makes her way forward. Poppy Playtime vibes. Out the door, heading downstairs, she sees the main door. She hopes it's the way out, but there's no way it's going to be that easy. First, stopping to read Tom's diary, he talks about his friend Oliver who got adopted. Next page, he says someone named Anne, not sure if it's short for Annette, sat all the kids down to tell the orphans that all the kids who get adopted are going to be turned into food for the boogeyman, which is why nobody ever hears from them again. Now, 5 days later, Tom starts noticing stranger things than Anne's stories. He knows the orphanage is funded by the big drug company, but he wonders why all the kids are forced to stay inside with all these doctors who give them shots every day like the kids are test subjects. And on Valentine's Day, he writes that he is elated because he's going to be adopted very soon, except one day before he was supposed to leave with his new family, Oliver comes back to the orphanage in the middle of the night looking disfigured. But Tom was told he's going to be fine. He's going to have his friend back soon. Pressing along, as expected, the door is locked, so Sherry goes down the only other path and immediately starts breathing heavily. Short breaths, seeing Iron's shadow as he listens to music. This is where something we saw earlier connects. Remember, guys, during Leon's run where he had to blow up the C4 and he read some guy's scribblings? That was Brian Irons' notes. He was the superior who did so much for Umbrella. Irons was the one who rounded up those people in the cell to watch them die. He writes at the end of the note that he needs some music to add to the fun to this. Here we see Irons listening to music. This lines up perfectly considering how mentally unstable the police chief is. But that's not all, because Sherry would walk into the back to find a girl lying on Irons' table, her skin white. She looks like she's been dead for quite a bit, however still preserved by Irons' taxidermy work. Poor thing suffered at the hands of that monster, and he's just over there humming to his music. She was the pig he wrote about. But Sherry could no longer stay. She needed to get the key on the wall and get out of there.
Where you going, Sherry? I told you to stay put. You need to learn to listen.
Leave me alone! Just please!
Time to teach some manners. You little bitch! You're gonna pay for this! You little shit! You hear?
stupid bitch! That's a dead end!
Gotta hide. Hide.
It's all over now! Doors locked! Where are you? Show yourself! I know you're in here! The longer it takes me to find you, the worse it's gonna be!
Oh God. Oh God.
Bitch has gotta be here somewhere. Ugh!
No more. No more. Please.
This is your last fucking chance! Show yourself! Now! Oh, fuck! It burns! Fuck is my key? I see you.
Hurry. 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 What? Won't open.
I'm coming for you, Sherry! Get over here, you bitch!
The game is over.
No!
Now you're in trouble.
Let me go! No, stop!
Good to see you again, Claire. We've got unfinished business.
What are you talking about?
Don't waste my fucking time! Bring me the pendant, or Sherry dies.
The pendant? What do you need it for?
Do you want the girl to die?
Fine. Where are you?
The orphanage.
The orphanage. Where is that?
In the neighborhood. You'll find it.
Is Sherry all right?
For now.
I swear, you bastard, if you hurt her... Are you serious? Damn it.
Oh, that was intense. Like, just imagine being a tiny girl and a giant monster of a man is chasing, yelling at you, calling you names. For Sherry, that is probably one of the most horrifying and traumatizing moments of her entire life. Out of RPD, Claire moves through the night like vengeance and ends up at the orphanage. Closing the gate on the dogs behind her, she turns to look at the moon. Going inside and walking in down the red halls, Irons would stumble out onto her.
Your fault.
What?
It took too long.
What happened? Oh god. Get off me! Oh my god! Jesus Christ!
Justice.
Ew. But also deserved. So I looked up more into this guy. Apparently something that the remake changes is Brian Irons' background. Or I guess they didn't change it, but they didn't really go into depth with it here. The remake doesn't fully flesh out how much of a demon this guy was. In the original Resident Evil 2, you would learn that in college, Irons had 2 incidents where he was violently aggressive and he sexually assaulted female students, but he never got held accountable for it. All he got were psychological evaluations, but there were no consequences for his actions, and that is some real, true life horror shit right there. It gets even worse. Irons was a serial killer even while in the RPD. He killed his secretary when she discovered evidence of his bribes. Apparently in August and September alone, Irons killed 8 women between the ages of 18 and 23, all blonde. Yeah, it explains why when we first met him, you could just feel the unhinged emanating from him. Perhaps the first sign being how readily and easily he was violent towards Claire and Sherry. Because he's been doing it for his whole life. Nobody stopped him. Until finally, William stepped in to protect his daughter. Speaking of, we find Sherry down below, but I don't know where she got the clothes from. However, the Tyrant shows up behind them, freaking Sherry out. Noob tubing it, the girls run into an elevator.
Can you hear me? Claire? Claire, you have to get up. He's going to get us. Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up. Wake up. Open your eyes. Hold still. Not infected.
Sherry? Where's Sherry?
Sherry's fine.
Do you know Sherry?
It's an impressive display of strength.
What happened to her?
We have to assess the situation.
Who are you? I'm Claire.
I didn't foresee this.
Excuse me. Where is she? Hello?
What?
Where's she?
Annette. Tell me, what happened to William?
I don't know. Who's that?
The creature responsible for this.
What? Can you help me find Sherry?
Seems to be evolving much faster than expected.
Where are you going?
Look, I don't have time to play 20 questions. Everything's under control.
I need to find Sherry.
My daughter is not your concern.
I mean, sure, yeah, not her business, but like your daughter's been alone this whole time. Loads of danger. She's got to be somebody's concern. However, in a way, it feels like William's been the one keeping tabs on her, saving her from Irons and the Tyrants, which, by the way, The Tyrant got ganked so damn hard, but we're probably going to see him again regardless. Moving along, reading reports about the G virus, we learn a few things here. The purpose of the G was to surpass humans. Subject intelligence will drop, then disappear in days, losing their humanity, becoming a creature of primal instincts, survive, and reproduce. It can adapt to any environment because of its rapid evolution capabilities and healing factor, but then we also see that it's got a strong desire to reproduce, looking for humans with DNA that closely matches its own to implant an embryo in them. Success rates for this are low, and if the DNA isn't enough, the results would be a G creature which, oh my god. William, you monster. Those giant things down in the sewers with the eyes on their shoulder, just like Birkin, those are G creatures, and those are technically all of his children. Ew. But it is the last note that is most disturbing. It says that the only ones who might be a close enough match would be any biological children of the subject, which I don't want to know what that's like, old boy. So just stay away from Sherry. Actually, nah, it's clear now. It's clear why Birkin has been keeping track of Sherry. I thought it was to protect her, but no. He's trying to... Dear God, why would you create this virus, man? Eventually, Claire would find Sherry.
What is this?
Sherry, I told you, I cannot leave here until my work is done.
That's what you always say.
Sherry?
Why didn't you stay in the house? It was safe there.
Hey, Sherry!
I was scared. Those things were everywhere, and...
You should have called the police. That's what we taught you.
I did, but nobody came, and you didn't answer your phone, so...
Sherry, I don't have time for this.
Oh no. Sherry! Sherry, I'm coming!
Annette, man, how are you going to leave your kid at home when you know there's a citywide zombie outbreak due to the virus that you created that leaked out, and then you tell your daughter who's left home by herself to go through who knows all of what kinds of hell to find you, and then when she's finally there, you say you don't have time for her? Am I crazy? Am I being too judgy? Firing grenades at this puzzle I hate, then knocking Birkin off the platform again, Claire goes in to save Sherry.
Sherry? Claire? Sherry, are you alright?
What are you doing?
I'm here to help.
Sherry's been implanted. She can't be saved.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're her mother. Get in here!
You don't understand. William is still out there, and if I don't stop him...
This conversation is over!
Wait! Wait! I can treat her. In my lab. It's not far away.
Mommy?
There's not enough time. Millions of lives are at stake. Sherry, Mommy loves you, sweetie. Goodbye.
Are you fucking kidding me? Sherry, don't worry. I will get you whatever you need, okay?
Why are you doing this?
Because I care.
Thank you, Claire.
Yeah, Sherry's family sucks, and her mom's still not even there. Like, she's down in Nest. Your daughter is here, come get her. But luckily, Claire comes to the rescue. However, think about it. What if she wasn't here? Or what if William killed her? Would you still be on the computer screaming at her through the camera from Nest? Like, just imagine if Claire didn't know how to do the puzzles fast. Let's say it took her like 2 hours to do the puzzle, fight the monsters and Birkin. Would Annette not have come to go get her? I'm not crazy, right? I think, one, most of us would never put our kids in this situation, and two, we would go immediately into protect our child mode, no?
Here. Okay. There you go. Just hold on, Sherry, okay? You're gonna be just fine. Okay. Better check everything. There's no turning back.
This tram is bound for Nest. Do not exit until the final destination.
Hey. Are you okay?
Your jacket's so warm.
My brother gave it to me. You know it's supposed to be lucky.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Are you kidding me? You were doing just fine without me, so I came along and got you all sorts of trouble. I have something of yours.
I don't want it.
Really? Why not? It's so pretty.
It's from my mom. For my birthday last year. All I really wanted was for her to be home more.
I know it seems like your mom doesn't care, but... Hey, Sherry, come here. Hey, hang in there, okay?
Now, arriving at Nest.
It's okay. I've got you. Come on.
You see, that wasn't a long cable car ride. Annette could... Alright, I'm done. My bad. That's the last thing I'm going to say about it. Inside, Claire takes her to the room on the left and considers where to lay her down. Of course, bed is a good choice, and she looks around for clues on how to help Sherry. Reading about an antiviral agent in the facility, she tells the weakened Sherry to hang on, because she's going to leave to go get the cure. Taking her wristband and promising that she's going to be back, she gets up and heads out, but not before... Wanting to see exactly what Claire read for myself, I learned that the antiviral agent was called Devil. Interesting name for a cure. But the way that Devil works is that the antiviral agent will seek and destroy the G cells in an infected body, so it is precisely what Sherry needs. One thing that I kind of stumbled on, and it could be because it's 0539, the day after I started writing this script, so my thoughts and memories are being disjointed, but when Claire deals with Plant 43 and she gets the upgrade chip, the Tyrant doesn't come rolling through. And so at first, I'm wondering why. Initially, I thought he was scared to pull up on Claire, not wanting the smoke. Maybe the Tyrant changed his ways and thought to himself, why am I doing this? Is there more to life? But no. I just remembered Tyrant was eviscerated by William, chunked up. I really thought he was going to come back, but I realized that the reason that the Tyrant doesn't show up here is because he's gotta be dead for real. Which is kind of disappointing because a battle between Birkin and Super Tyrants would have been cool to see, but actually that's another thing. I don't know why the Tyrant didn't go super, or why he didn't even regenerate. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't he come back? Perhaps he died so quickly that the T-Virus couldn't activate in time. However, the biggest issue I have with this is, how did the Tyrant die canonically? Did Leon kill it, or did William kill it? Dead either way, but, Details matter. Finding the Devil, Claire freaks out over not having a key to open the container, but looking down at the insignia, she realizes that Sherry's pendant was the key. And I think this is why Brian wanted Sherry's necklace in the first place, but the question is, who wanted the G or the Devil that was in there? Because Annette didn't seem to care. She didn't even know that Sherry wasn't at home until she showed up here. William was already gone out of his mind, so who was Brian working for at that point that he found Sherry in the RPD garage with Claire? Umbrella, I think, but I don't know. Claire moves on to go back to Sherry.
Your ass again!
William! This ends now.
What the hell is this thing?
That was my husband.
She is my creation! Oh!
William! I should have killed him while I had the chance. I don't know why, I just couldn't do it.
He was your husband.
Honestly, we were more married to our work than each other.
But what about Sherry? How could you just leave her all alone while Raccoon City burned to hell?
I couldn't let my daughter grow up in a world with the G virus in it.
But that's no excuse. Annette! I got this.
I'm sorry, William.
No. I got this. You should take care of Sherry.
You don't know what you're up against.
I have a pretty damn good idea.
Whatever you do, don't stop until it's finished.
Trust me. This ends now.
By the way, William looks funny as Claire shocking him, like his body's just twitching rapidly. But I guess he doesn't like that, because he would jump up and slam his foot down on Claire's body. His whole body weight just pressing down on her. Luckily, she's completely fine, and she flashbangs him from behind, and his eyes get redder than a hotbox. William starts ripping the walls off, slamming them, picking containers up, but that is where he falls, eyes burst, flesh fried. When she returns to Sherry, the first thing we notice is that Annette is sleeping. Alright, you probably knocked out due to exhaustion, but I mean, Claire was fighting off a giant abomination, your husband, so not sure how you could have slept through that.
My mom needs help.
Annette? Sherry? How are you?
Okay. But you don't look so good. Mommy?
Hey, did you look at the screen? Oh, thank God.
So Sherry's gonna be all right?
She'll be weak for a little while, but yes. She's free of the G virus.
Did you hear that?
What happened to her?
She was attacked by the monsters. Don't worry about me. Take my daughter to safety. I'm sorry, Sherry. For everything. Your life is what is important.
We can't just leave her here.
You're right, we can't.
Attention. Unauthorized removal of a level 4 virus detected. Facility lockdown initiated.
What does that mean?
It's a self-destruct code. In case the G virus leaves the building. Please. Save my daughter.
No!
Sherry? Sherry, we're gonna say goodbye to your mom. Mom, please say goodbye. Please, Sherry. Listen. She loved you, okay? You really gotta get going. Come on.
You were right about this jacket. I'm so lucky to have you.
We can talk more about that later. We gotta hurry now. Come on.
You know, come to think about it, when Will crushed her, her bones probably punctured into her internal organs. I guess it is a wonder that she even continued all the way over here, but then again, it was to save her daughter. So I kind of take back what I said about her falling asleep right there. Reaching the central elevator, Sherry, frightened and concerned, looks up at her new protector. Then the two look at, I still don't know what this is called, I'm not a neurologist.
Claire?
Yeah?
Thank you for being so nice to me. For helping me. I'm really glad I met you.
I'm really glad I met you too, Sherry. But save your thanks until I get you out of this place.
And out of this place we'll get you. Together they fight their way over to the train, their ride out. But first, she needs to get Sherry safely on board. She tells her that she's going to prep the train for departure and tells her to stay put. Pulling the lever, the train and the platform activate, and then Leon comes up on screen. Of course, their static back and forth amounts to get out, but we get to see the conversation from Claire's view. Going out to get into the train, she hears a nasty roar. Turning around, G. William has come back even bonier than ever. Just bonerific, spiky bones, you get the point. He's not going to let them leave without one more fight. But what he didn't expect was that Claire would have gears of war. And by that, I'm referring to the machine gun that she easily carries and uses to drop a bullet storm into him. I love infinite ammo. And the fact that guns never drop below pristine condition. Yep, no barrel warping or gun jams here.
Okay, I'm here. We're getting out of here. So what's the first thing you want to do when we get out of here?
I want to see where you live.
Good. 'Cause I need to take a shower.
Yeah.
Really? That bad?
Oh, yeah.
Claire!
Leon! It's so good to see you.
I told you we'd make it, didn't I?
You did.
Who's this?
This is Sherry.
Okay. Jesus.
What was that?
I don't know.
You stay here with Sherry. I'm gonna go check it out.
When she reaches the back, something on the other side of the door begins to rip it open, and Claire doesn't miss a beat, immediately opening fire. It's William, again, and he's tearing through. How did he even get here, by the way? The train was already moving full speed ahead. Did, like, a piece of William clamp to the back of the train or something? Or, like, can he just move really fast to catch up with the train? Which, by the way, the virus is now very quickly corroding away. Showing no mercy, she doesn't stop her relentless barrage.
That car!
You like that? Fine, fucker!
Give me your hand!
So, are you guys like boyfriend and girlfriend?
No. We're just... Oh, we actually just met last night.
Yeah. That would have been one hell of a first date, though.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Look! He might be able to give us a ride.
What if it's not just the city?
Get Sherry out of here.
Come on.
He was friendly.
So, is it over?
I don't know. But if it's not, we'll stop it. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, you damn right we will.
As long as we stick together, we'll be fine. Come on.
Hey, you guys can adopt me.
Adopt you?
We can get a puppy.
Puppy?
And a parrot.
Parrot. Great.
I always wanted pets, but my mom said they're too messy.
Ah, that was cute. She wanted to get adopted. But hey, why was Leon's first reaction to stand in the middle of the road? No wonder he got flipped off. But okay, Ghost Survivors. These are non-canon what-if scenarios, with the first one being what if Kendo survived. Here is a tale of a future that never was, of a night that never dawned. So we know that originally Kendo's wife was infected, and then she infected Ima, their daughter. Kendo had to kill his zombified wife, and then after meeting Leon and Ada, he prevented Emma from turning as well. Then from what I gathered, in despair he turns the gun on himself, ending it all. But in this alternate ending, somebody calls Robert Kendo on the radio and says he's got a chopper for him, so he just needs to come so they can evacuate. Hearing this, he apologizes to Emma, gets up, leaving his daughter to continue living. After slogging through zombies, he makes it to the extraction points. And then in the runaway what-if scenario, we learn more about that girl that we saw on Irons' table. Her name is Catherine Warren. You see, Irons had tricked her, telling her that he would take her to see her lover, Ben, the same news reporter Ben that got crushed by the Tyrants. Catherine had convinced herself that Irons was trustworthy enough considering he was chief of police and a good friend of her father, the mayor. Except then he would lure her into the orphanage, where Irons flipped the switch immediately, saying that she would become his greatest work. However, this time around, she doesn't die, because in this alternate future, she fights him off and even kills him, grabbing his keys and making her way over to Ben's cell to release him. They hug it out, and they make it out alive and well. But do you guys remember that recorder that Leon found off of that USS corpse in the bridge area before it divides into the east and west? If you do, you're going to recall one soldier named Ghost. In this alternate end, we see what happens if Ghost lived. Originally, we know the USS were sent to Nest to recover the G-Virus. This was Ghost's first mission. Birkins mutated and killed everybody, all except one, him. After Ada dropped the G-sample, Ghost, who saw it fall, located and recovered it. But this is also kind of weird considering the self-destruct sequence was already started, and it only gives like 10 minutes. At the points where Ghost sees the vial drop from Ada, where Leon is holding on to Ada, that was already like minutes in to the countdown already. So I guess Ghost has like super speed or something, and he was able to track the vial all the way down into the dark abyss. But anyway, after he slogs his way through countless zombies, he makes it to the cable car to leave, except Ada is there. She points the gun to the back of his head, and she takes the G. Still don't know how Ada lived, but I have a feeling she found the G again somehow in reality anyway. But here we are. All that is left is a forgotten soldier's helmet on the floor. Ada probably killed him. And in No Way Out, instead of dying in the beginning, the sheriff lives. We would discover that he came here in the first place due to a report that he got on dispatch about somebody almost being eaten. Him remembering the media headlines about people eating people goes to the gas station, which is now covered in so much blood that he could smell it through his car. He goes into the back and finds a zombie, and this is where the timeline diverges, because in the original canon event, Leon comes in, distracts and gets him killed, but in this one, Leon doesn't show up, and without him to distract the sheriff, he kills it, but unfortunately finds himself surrounded by zombies, locked inside the store with no way out. However, after killing 100 zombies, Leon would come in through that door and save the sheriff from one more. Now in the car, the sheriff looks back at the fact that he almost died there. But moving along, this scenario is canon. It's called the Fourth Survivor. So there's only a few things that were given before actually going into this scenario. There is one USS soldier in particular with the nickname Grim Reaper, and this guy stands apart from the rest of the Spec Ops group, but now he's the only one left in the group. However, it is said that nobody knows anything about him or who he really is. All anybody around him knows is that he's given the code name Hunk.
This is Nighthawk. Come in, Alpha. Alpha, do you read?
Nighthawk, this is Hunk from Alpha Team.
Man, I thought you were all wiped out. I've been trying
I'm at point K-12. Need info on my extraction.
Guess there's no keeping down the Grim Reaper, huh?
My extraction point.
Relax, Mr. Reaper. I'm headed toward the front gate of RPD. Pick you up there.
Got it.
I don't know, there's just something badass about Hunk's demeanor. He's like, cut the crap, mission, now. And let me tell you, as Hunk is going to town on all these Zeds, there's like this aura he's just got about him, which makes his moniker Grim Reaper all the more fitting. And apparently, even Tyrant has heard of him, because Hunk walks right up to him and past Tyrant, and the Tyrant doesn't even want beef with him.
What the hell, Hunk? You're late for extraction.
Front door's blocked. Gotta find another way out.
Heads up. The guys at the top just ordered a full cleanup on Racoon City, so move fast, or you can kiss your ass goodbye.
Got it.
Drenched in blood, Hunk makes it out of RPD as the fourth survivor, because like Leon, Claire, and Sherry, so he's the fourth.
Why'd you come back?
I wanted to meet the Grim Reaper.
There's also a gag mode where you play as a Tofu, obviously not canon, but fun to mention. However, I wonder if Jill is still unconscious.